Hey everybody, welcome to your first Lifehouse Body and Soul workout. I'm Becky, I'm going to be your instructor today, and I'm here to remind you first and foremost that everything we're doing in this program, including the movement, is to bring us back home to ourselves, body, mind, and spirit. So use this movement class today to bring yourself into alignment with your breath, to feel the music, to have fun, and to just kind of find that present moment in your body today. We start by reciting the Serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking as He did the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it. Trusting that He will make all things right if I surrender to His will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with Him forever in the next. Thy will, not mine, be done. Awesome. That's the way we will start all of our workouts. As our first workout, my challenge for you today is to make a commitment and an intention for yourself for this 18-week session. What's your commitment? How many times a week do you want to do this workout? What other movements are you going to add into your schedule? Are you going to be walking? How are you going to come home to your body throughout the week? Because it's a daily practice that we're building. We're gonna do one more. Hands, feet, feet, stand. Good, march. All right, so anytime in any choreography where we're doing burpee, you can choose any level or variation you want. You got this. Back, feet up, squat, tap, feet up. Join me, squat, tap, feet up, squat, tap, feet up, march. Let's try one-legged. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands, one leg. Stand, other leg. Stand again, hands, foot, foot, stand, hands, foot, foot, stand again, hands, foot, foot, stand. Last one. Stand, good. Or you got the full burpee. Feet out. Let's go. Hands, feet, feet, stand. Hands, feet, feet, stand. Again, hands. If this version doesn't work for you, you're staying with me with whatever modification does work for you. If you want more than this, jump, 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 march. Woo! Yes? You can jump it as big or as little as you want. All right, here we go. We're gonna move into another move. Lunge, we're back to walk, march. We can always come back here. Here we go, lunge. Feet together, step forward, step up, other leg. Step forward, step up. Step forward, step up, step forward. Good, let's do it faster. Down. Okay, 2 more fast. Now march. Check in, how do your knees feel? Everything we do in this program, I'm gonna continue to point you back to what you feel inside. This mind, heart, and body is your compass. How do your knees feel in that lunge? If they don't feel good, then let's check your form. I'm showing you sideways, okay? So when I step forward into a lunge, I want to make sure my knee's over my ankle, and I'm just dropping this back leg straight down. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Do it again. Down, up. So where I'm feeling it most is going to be in my glutes and my hamstrings. All right, let's take that at tempo. Pay attention to your knees. The most important thing is to keep the knee behind the toe. Up, exhale, up, exhale. Faster, let's go. Lunge, 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 lunge. Breathe. Is your breath moving with you? Use your breath. It's part of a practice to clear the space and bring us into the present moment. Good. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right here. Down, up, down, up. So I'm just going to drop this back knee. We call this a stationary lunge. Sometimes we'll do this. Do you feel this in your quad? Down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really good. We gotta make it even. Turn to the other side. Down, up. today was about helping you connect to your body, feeling yourself in your body, and getting familiar with some of the moves that you'll see throughout our workouts. These workouts, some of them are repetitive, plyometric, where there's some freedom to move at your own pace. Some of them are choreographed, so you're trying to keep up to tempo. Getting familiar with these movements and for what they feel like in your body is gonna be key to your success, okay? You're awesome. I'm so excited to have you. Second half of class is yoga. Let's get ready to move in a different way. Take your shoes off, get your yoga mat, and we move in a whole different flow. Thanks, guys. Second half of class, whether you come in person or whether you're doing this online, we always split up our classes this way. First half is cardio. We use cardio to release, to get present, to let go of emotions, narratives, energy that's just stuck in the body, keeping us stuck. Cardio helps clear space. And then the second half of class, we use yoga or Pilates, really mindful, breath motivated movement to cultivate energy, to cultivate presence, to cultivate anything that you want, really. You can use your practice to cultivate love, compassion, forgiveness, to contemplate on a problem or issue or struggle that you've been having in your life. And moving with breath, using your body and mind to connect and create this open space can bring really miraculous insight and peace and serenity and a sense of wholeness. So in Lifehouse, we call that touching home, okay? And if you are part of our mentorship program, when we do our mentorship group meeting each week, we'll ask how many times this week did I touch home? What that means is how many times this week was I able to consciously find this place inside of me that felt like home, where I was free of clutter, of mind chatter, clutter, stress, burden, depression, anxiety, all of these things that our spirits carry with us unconsciously all the time. Through our practice, we're clearing all that space and we're touching home, that perfect, pure, beautiful place of presence. Okay, so that's the goal. That's the objective of every practice, is to clear enough space to touch home. And today, I'd like to give you a thought or an intention to guide that practice. And that's just this concept of the empty cup. And the empty cup is kind of a Zen philosophy or idea. And it's this idea that, well, let me tell you the story. The story goes that a young student comes to visit a great Zen master, and he is wanting to learn the ways of Zen. And he sits down, the master invites him in, has him sit down at the table, and he's talking to him, and then he starts to pour him some tea. And as he's pouring the student the tea, all of a sudden the student realizes the cup is filling, it's filling, and now it's totally full and it's overflowing, and the master just continues to pour. And the tea starts spilling all over the table, all over the student's lap. And the student finally says, "What are you doing? My cup is full. Stop, my cup is full." And the Zen master says, "Yes, my young friend, your cup is full. So there is no room for me to teach you anything." And when we come to anything with a cup full of our own ideas, opinions, identities, with the idea or basic mindset that I know best, or I already know this, then our cup is full and there's no room for us to receive anything. So as we start this program, this 18-week session, I would just encourage you to try to find an empty cup and to maybe consider where your cup is full right now and see if you can empty it and give yourself permission to be curious, to be open-minded, to let go of some of your ideas about the way it is or the way it should be, and just see what happens when you approach this practice and this program with an empty cup and an open mind and are willing to try. All you have to bring is an open and willing heart, and that is your most powerful spiritual tool in any context, and certainly here. All right, I hope you have your mat, shoes off. We move into a short 15-minute session of yoga. All right, coming to the top of your mat, feeling the ground underneath your feet, really planting your feet into the earth. Bringing your big toes slightly together and really grounding into your breath. So one of the most important things you'll do in yoga is breathe. And in yoga, we breathe with the Ujjayi breath. So we inhale through the nose and we exhale through the nose with a slight constriction in the back of our throat. So we almost sound like Darth Vader. So inhaling and exhaling. Hands and gaze lift. And take your right arm over to the side, gazing up underneath that elbow. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bending over to the left. Through the left side body, inhale, lift. And exhale, open the heart. Clasp hands behind the back, pull those knuckles down. See if you can release through the neck. And exhale, fold. You might release your neck here. Move your head around. See if you can just feel the weight or burdens dropping off your shoulders. Bending those knees, letting the top of the body just really hang heavy. Really nice. Release hands. Inhale, lift, flat back, exhale, hands plant, stepping back to high plank. Inhale, angry cat through the back, and exhale, really slow chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Hover for a second if you'd like, and then exhale all the way down. Arms spread really wide. Take that left foot, drop the foot behind the back, moving into spinal twist, breathing into that right shoulder blade. Try to connect with the breath here. Coming back center. Inhale, lifting up into Shalabhasana, squeezing shoulder blades together, squeezing big toes together. Really nice, lots of breath. And now stretching out the left arm, pushing back with the right hand, sending that right foot behind the back. Spinal twist, shoulder stretch. Lots of breath into the shoulder. Releasing back center and lifting back up into Shalabhasana. See if you can lift your chest a little higher. You might even kick those feet in and see if you can clasp those hands around the ankles, flexing the feet. That's Dhanurasana. And then release. Hands plant. And exhale, lift up into high plank, coming to hands and knees, tabletop position for some cat-cows. Really moving with breath here. So inhaling as you lift the head and tail, exhaling as you round the spine and the shoulders. Trying to find your own pace and just connecting breath to body here. Now see if you can create some fluidity through that spine and let it move like water in every direction, maybe big circles with the hips. See how many different directions you can move your spine. see if you can connect each movement with the breath. When you're ready, tucking the toes, lifting the hips into downward dog. Pedaling through the heels here, feeling a stretch the whole back side of the body. Maybe lifting up high onto the toes, sending your hips over in one way and then the other. Just sort of stretching into this position really organically. So much of yoga is about coming to feel your own body's practice, settling down into child's pose now. Long spine, coming back to the breath. Inhale and exhale. Walking those fingertips forward into puppy pose. Hips are right above the knees, stretching through the shoulders, lots of breath. Maybe your gaze comes forward with your chin on the mat. Maybe you keep your head down, gazing into the mat. Whatever feels best on your shoulders. Should really open your shoulders. And walking those fingertips back, rounding the spine all the way up to hero's pose, sitting on those heels, shoulder blades come back, wrapping that left arm behind the back and clasping the hand with the right hand. Moving into just a neck stretch and shoulder stretch here, opening through the chest and circling the neck. Really gentle, really nourishing. Creating space in those shoulders and that chest. Using that hand clasp to open up the opposite side of the body as you circle through the neck. Really nice. And then taking the hands to the other side of the back and circling through the neck. So one hand's wrapped behind the back and the other hand is clasping with the elbow back, really opening through the shoulder. And then sliding those hands forward, back to tabletop, and then lifting back up into downward dog, pedaling through the heels. Really nice, long spine. In downward dog, we want the long spine over the straight leg, so bend the knees if you need to. Walking hands back, wrapping peace fingers around big toes. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold, dropping the head as low as you can, releasing through the neck again, letting the top of the head hang heavy. Breathe. Inhale, lift, walk those hands back forward to downward dog, bending knees and jumping or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, arms and gaze lift, and exhale, Samasthiti. Hands at the side, shoulders roll back, open the heart. Inhale, hands and gaze lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands plant, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands plant, jump or step back, chaturanga, elbows squeeze the ribs. Inhale, lift up dog. Exhale, lift the hips, downward dog. Seeing if we can deepen into those heels, bend and straighten the legs, and then bend knees. Reconnecting with your breath here. Walk that hand in and see if you can take that right hand over to the left ankle, making a twist in your downward dog. Breathe. Replace the hand and take the left hand to the right ankle. Twisting, breathing. Really nice. Hands plant. Long spine, bend knees, gaze forward, jump or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands and gaze lift. All the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Another sun salutation. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands and gaze, lift. Flat back. Exhale, hands plant, jump or step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, peel the heart open. Exhale, downward dog. Lift those hips, settling into that posture, seeing if you can deepen it as you're getting warmer. Inhale, lift the right leg, create some movement in that leg. You might bend the knee back to open through the hip. You might bend and straighten the leg. You might make some circles, creating space in that hip. Really nice. If you make circles, make sure you go both directions so we're even. Bend the knees, jump or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fly up, flat back. Palms touch, and exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, hands and gaze, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, gaze to the horizon. Exhale, hands plant, chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward dog. Really nice. Inhale, lifting the left leg, bending that knee, creating some movement. Maybe the same type of movement you did on the other side, maybe a little bit different. Creating space through the hip. Connecting all your movement with breath. Replace that foot down. Walk those feet wide, hands come back, dropping down into a wide squat malasana. Using the elbows to push against the knees, going for a really long open spine. You might lift the neck, you might release the throat. Whatever feels good in your body. Ways to play in malasana are to twist. You might drop that hand and twist open. Left arm lifts up and maybe behind your back. You might twist the other way, lifting up and reaching behind your back, gazing up. Another way to play in malasana is to go for a bind and wrap that arm around your knee and clasp hands behind the back and take that bind both directions. Another way to play in malasana is to go for an arm balance. You can plant those hands a foot or so in front of your feet and then just lean your body weight into those arms. Maybe lifting the toes up off the ground, maybe not. These are all different ways to play in malasana. Throughout the next 18 weeks, we'll spend lots of time in malasana. Those are all options for you. Coming back, you can always just stay in the traditional malasana squat and breathe. Settling down onto your bottom and scooting yourself down onto your mat, coming to some closing stretches. Planting your heels close to your hips, working your way up into bridge. Maybe walking those shoulder blades close towards each other, clasping hands behind your back, breathing into those elevated hips. Really nice. When you've had enough, opening those hands back up, allowing the spine to reconnect with the mat, drawing the knees into the chest, making circles with that hips, massaging the lower spine, and coming to a seated position, opening those feet up into a wide leg straddle, Uplavishta. Maybe planting hands behind the back and straightening the spine. Maybe walking the hands forward and folding with a flat back, letting the chest lead, opening the heart to the front of the room. Breathe into those inner thighs. Slowly walking the hands back, taking one leg front and bending the opposite foot in. Inhale and exhale, forward fold, Janu Sirsasana. Breathe over that front leg. Slowly coming back up. And then taking that extended leg, bending it back so you're in a hurdle position. You might walk your hands back all the way maybe to your elbows if that feels safe. And if it feels safe, you might come all the way down to a flat back and just extend back, breathing into that quadricep. Really nice. When you've had enough, slowly push your way back to seated, switching legs, sending that right leg forward. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold over that front leg, Janu Sirsasana. Breathing, releasing. When you're ready, coming back up, folding that leg in, back to that hurdle stretch, squaring the hips, maybe walking back just to the hands, or maybe all the way to the forearms, maybe even all the way down to your back. Release. Relax, lots of breath, sending right into that quadricep. And when you're ready, coming back to seated and finding yourself on your mat, maybe one last stretch or posture, maybe happy baby, taking those hands to the sides of your feet. Maybe a reclined Upala Vishta where you straighten those legs, or a reclined butterfly. And working your way into your final resting pose, which is Savasana. In this program, we're learning how to breathe, we're learning how to meditate, we're learning how to use our body to clear space in our minds, in our spirits. So today's meditation, I'll just lead you gently through some breath work to help you find that empty cup. Seeing if you can slow your breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. Continue breathing at this pace. Really noticing the pause between each breath, the empty space of no thing. See if you can connect with where in your body that breath fills. See if you can send it all the way down below your belly button. Let each breath wash over you like an ocean wave that clears all the ripples in the sand and leaves a perfectly smooth surface. That is the magic of what our breath can do for our mind, for our spirit. It can help us to find that empty cup. When you're ready, bringing your awareness back to this room, back to your body, taking a minute to see if you can feel your feet, your fingertips, sensing the aliveness that's there. It might feel nice to take a long stretch on your mat and maybe come to your favorite side in a fetal position. At the end of practice, this is symbolic of a new beginning. I hope that you've been able to empty your cup through your practice today. At the end of yoga, we traditionally close with the term namaste. This term means the light within me recognizes and honors the light that is within you. When I touch home within me and you touch home within you, we are one. We are the same. Namaste.